in Italy, and what are the things you need to know and what you need to do if you want to get your study visa. So it will be in 4 parts, and this video will cover 2, and the next one, which I will tell you to watch out for, will cover the rest of the 2. So follow me and make sure you watch till the end. So the first one I will talk about in this video is authentication at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Education in Abuja. The process is done separately, and I would advise that you go to the Ministry of Education first to do your education documents, and then which includes the 3 BSc certificates, transcript of result, and then your WAEC certificate. And then after this, you can now take the 4, including the first 3 I told you, and then including your birth certificate original. You take them to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So it is only your birth certificate that won't go to the Ministry of Education, but the 4, everything, these 4 documents will go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. You know, they also have to authenticate it before you use it outside the shore of Nigeria. So what are some of the things you need to note when you are going to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Ministry of Education in Abuja? I've told you, number 1 is that you need to make sure all these documents are original. They won't collect it if it is not original. So make sure. And then another thing that is very, very important is that make sure you do like 2 copies of each of these documents, either 2 or 3. The more, the better. But there are 2 ways. You can either go by yourself or you use an agent. So be very careful if you use an agent that you tell them specifically that I want 3 photocopies, so that if they are going to collect more, they can. Because when you move forward in your application and you get to submit one of these photocopy, if you are doing for Italian embassy, they won't give you back that photocopy. And if you do only 2, if you do only 1, that means you don't have any photocopy again. And most of the time, they don't collect. The way this thing works is that they don't collect the photocopy of the original. They want a photocopy that was stamped with original stamp. I don't know whether you know the difference. So there's a difference between you stamping your original copy and then photocopying it. You understand? And then you having a photocopy of the original being stamped originally. You get? Hope I'm not confusing you, but just make sure that as you are going, tell them you want 2 or more copies, depending on the pricing and whatnot. But this is because even in the future, if you want to use a photocopy, you won't have to go back to Abuja and start all the process again. So it is better to have them photocopy like that, in case you want to make some process in other embassy and they need a photocopy. So that being said, another thing you need to make sure that if you are the one that is going to Abuja, or you have an agent that is doing it for you, make sure that all the pages of these documents is stamped. That is one of the things that cause progress even as you move to the embassy, and that I want to warn you and make sure that you notice. Make sure everything is stamped. The way you know is that every pages at the back we have either a sticker or a signature, and it has to be original. So like it has to be either black biro or blue biro, has to show there. So because they look and check out all these things at the embassy. Another thing that I won't forget to tell you is especially for your WAEC certificate, make sure that when you are photocopying it, you photocopy both the front and the back. Note it, you photocopy both the front and the back. You understand? Because it differs. So that was one of the mistakes I made during when I was doing mine. It was just the front photocopy that I did. I didn't do the back, and I was sent back when I got to the embassy for legalization. So make sure you do that, and before you can rectify it, because it's not what is at the back is not the same with everybody. There are some numbers that are specific for only those people that you graduate in the same year with in your school. So it is very, very it will take a lot of effort to rectify it if you don't want to go back to Abuja. So please make sure you take note of this as well. Another thing I would tell you to note is also that all your receipts, make sure that they are intact, because they can ask you at the embassy. So if you are doing it yourself, I told you it's two ways. You can either do it yourself if you are close to Abuja, or you can go even if you are not close, and then you can, give it to an agent in Abuja. But anyone you want to do, make sure that your receipts, they are intact. You understand? Make sure you keep them, because it might be needed when you get to the embassy. So let me just show you how the website of the two looks like, and some of the things you should note.
So this is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs web page, where you can get some information even before you go to Abuja. And I recommend that you go to this web page and see some of the information. Come to services, you will see document authentication rather. And then these are the documents you can authenticate, marriage certificate, child adoption, birth certificate. And the one we are concerned about here is birth certificate, right? That is one of the 4 core documents you have to authenticate when you get it. So more details. So what are the requirements? The requirement states that it must originate from National Population Commission or the court. So the procedure is you make payment in the bank, present teller, and fill the registration form. Registration is 24 hours, I told you, and the processing fee is around 295. But of course, you have to do a lot of things. Photocopy, which I told you should be at least 2, or more. Other things you have to pay. You have to get there to know, things change and all. So, but this is what is on the website. So this is the Ministry of Education in Abuja, education.gov.ng. When you are here on this website, it is quite slow. I don't know why. But you come to Education Support Services, and there you will see Activities of Evaluation and Accreditation Division, and the authentication of academic and professional qualifications awarded in Nigeria for study abroad. This is what we are looking for. So what are the requirements? Evaluation, degree certificate, transcript, O-level certificates, 5 credits including English and mathematics in at least 2 sittings, international passport, and admission letter. Amount to be paid, they said 500 naira only. This is evaluation, this is authentication. This is the case if you want eligibility letters, but you don't need it. This is what you just need to do. Your degree certificate, your transcript of record, and your O-level certificate. As I told you, this is the document you are going to authenticate at the Ministry of Education. Your degree certificate, your transcript, your O-level certificate. So you have to take along with you your international passport as well. So this is the amount that is written on the website. But again, I told you, make sure you find out. And if you are even using agents, it will be so much higher than this. So make sure you find out before you go.
The second thing that I want to talk about in this video is translation of these documents into Italian. So, and this is one thing I think I will advise you do concurrently, because you don't have to hand your original documents to the translator. So you need to find out. I will also try and show you on their web page some of the translators that are certified. There are other ones you can also use as well. So far, they can stamp it. They can stamp the documents, and they are legit. You just need to find out and message them either on WhatsApp, email, or their choice of channel, and then you send them, of course, they send you the quotation, what they will collect per document. Most of them quote per document, maybe 3,000, 2,005, or depending on the person. And after that, you then, if you agree, you send them the documents, all the documents, and most it is just this for the 4 documents we've been talking about since morning. So you send it to them because you have to translate everything into Italian. Also make sure for WAEC, it has to be front and back. Don't forget, WAEC, it has to be front and back. And you need to be very, very, very careful, really careful in this translation, because when they do it, most of the time, of course, they have many other things they are doing, and then they are human beings as well. So there are some errors. And when you get to the embassy, the man or the woman, depending on who you meet, who is on seats that day, we check thoroughly. And most of the time, when they find out even the smallest error, they send you back. You understand? And you don't want that. Really, you don't want that. So make sure that after they send it back, they might be sending back in batches. Make sure you sit down, especially for transcript of results. Make sure you sit down word for word, the course code, the title, and then the mark. So you need to know, even as, because that should be as they list it out in your transcript of record. So that they don't mess it up, you have to check very well. So please go through it and check very well. After you are done with the first one, which is authentication of your document, and you get it, most of the time, it should be done in a day, but because of logistics and everything, it might take maybe 2 days, 3 days max. And if it is an agent should be able to do it for you maybe in a day or 2. And so most of the time, the translator might need, say, a week or 2 weeks, depending on how voluminous your documents are. And then after that, you are now ready to go to the next one, which I will make sure to link in this video as well when I'm done. So watch out for it. And thank you so much for watching till the end. Bye.